and welcome to Wool & Works. Today we're going to be learning the magic loop or the magic circle, and I'm going to show you 3 different ways to do it. One of them is super simple, and I can't understand why more people don't know about this. If you haven't already, go and watch my slip knot tutorial, as we'll be using that a little bit today. Let's go make some magic circles. You might also hear the magic circle called magic ring or the magic loop. They are all the same thing, and essentially it's a loop of yarn that when we pull one end, that loop or circle gets smaller, and so when we have stitches worked around the edge of it and we pull this, it gets tight in the middle and you lose that hole, which is why it's called magic. So it's great for things like face washes, coasters. So you can see here I've started with a magic circle, and when I've pulled that one in the center, it's tightened those stitches. So it's great for anything you want to do working in the round. You can see I've got quite a few reusable face washes here, but you can use it for coasters, anything in the round, sometimes like the tops of beanies, if you're doing a top down beanie, all kinds of things. I haven't woven in my ends yet because I'm putting that off for another time, but the magic circle is really useful tool, so it's great to know, and you can do all different kinds of stitches. So this one I've just done single crochet all the way around, this one I've done a puff stitch, so you can change it up as well. So if you already know how to do a slip knot, then guess what, you already know how to do a magic loop, because a slip knot, if we pull one end, the loop gets smaller, and that's all really a magic circle is, because it just means that when we tighten it, we don't end up with a hole in the middle here. So we'll tighten it nice and tight, and you'll end up with something like this. So to do the slip knot, grab the tail end of your yarn, wrap it around and over the working end, go inside the loop, grab the tail and pull up. It's really important that you do it this way because we want the tail to be the one that we pull. If we do it so that the working end's the one that we pull to make the loop smaller, and we will use the working end obviously to work our stitches around the loop, we can't pull it to make it close up. So we need to make sure it's the tail end that we pull. Take your crochet hook and insert it into the loop, and I like to hold it near the knot. And then you can chain one to anchor it so that it doesn't move around and slip inside this loop. For those of you that came here to learn the more traditional method of doing the magic loop, don't worry, I've still got you covered. So we grab the tail end of the yarn in our left hand, point out 2 of our fingers, and we're going to make a nice loose X. Show that again. So grab the tail end, and you're going to wrap the yarn around 2 of your fingers, making a very nice loose X. Now we want to grab our hook, and at the top of this X, we're going to insert under the first loop and pick up the second one and pull it out. I'll show that again. So we're going under this right hand side at the top, picking up the left hand side and pulling it out. Then we're going to twist so that the hook is facing upwards. Once we've done that, we want to grab that yarn that we've just wrapped and pulled through again, and we want to chain one with it. And now you can see, if you take out your fingers, you have a magic loop, because when you pull this, that loop gets smaller. So I'll show that whole thing again because there's a bit involved with this one. So grab the tail, make a nice loose X, grab your hook, and you're going to insert under the right hand loop at the top and pick up the left one and pull it out. Then going to wrap so that the hook faces upwards to the sky. Then we're going to grab the yarn that we just wrapped and we're going to chain one with it. Take out your fingers, and there you have the very traditional magic loop. Now for those of you that still want to do the traditional method, but maybe that was just a bit too full on, you can't really use this hand because it's wrapped around, I've also got a third method. So this one, we kind of make the loop ourselves. Make a circle, maybe just catch that yarn so it doesn't slip around everywhere. So I'll do that again. Grab the tail and make a loop over the tail and just catch that yarn so it doesn't slide around everywhere. Then we're going to insert our hook into the loop, grab that yarn and twist it up. I'll show that again. So we're going to go inside the loop that we've made, grab that yarn and twist it up through the loop. And then with the same yarn we just picked up, do a chain stitch. And that also is a magic loop, but just frees up your hand a bit more so you can use it. So there you are. That's 3 ways to do a magic loop. So now that we know a few different ways to make the magic circle, I want you to go and pick which one you prefer the best, make it, and then I'm going to show you now how to work stitches into your magic circle. So if you're doing the slipknot one, do the chain 1, and if you're doing the more traditional ones, you've already got a chain of 1, so you don't need to do another one. So to do the single crochet stitch, normally we insert our hook straight under our chain stitches in our foundation chain. For the magic circle, what you're going to do is take your hook and insert it through this magic circle. So you're going to insert through the loop like so. I'll show that again. So you take your hook and basically put it inside this big loop or big hole. And then for a single crochet stitch, we wrap the yarn from the back to front of our hook and pull up a loop. So we have 2 loops on our hook, and then we yarn over and pull through both loops. So that's the single crochet stitch worked into our magic loop. And you can do as many stitches as you like, so I'll do a few more. Take your hook and insert it through your magic circle, pull up a loop and pull through. So every time you keep inserting into your magic circle. So even if you've done 10 stitches, the next one, keep working into that magic circle. You don't need to insert into a different position, it's always just into this big loop, and you'll see the stitches start to work around your circle. So I'll do 12. So now I've got 12 single crochet stitches worked around my loop, and I've done them over the tail as well, so you don't need to leave the tail out, you can work over it, which is great because it means potentially less to weave in later. So now that we've got the stitches that we want, grab the tail and we're going to pull that, and you'll see our loop gets smaller, so you keep pulling till it's nice and tight. You can see those stitches, single crochet stitches, have formed around that loop now. And then to close off the circle, make it a whole circle, we just go into this first single crochet stitch in the top, insert under both loops, and just do a slip stitch. So you just pull through and then pull through, so no yarn overs. And there you have a completed magic circle with all of your single crochet stitches worked into it. And to do the next row, all you do is chain 1 and then work into that next stitch. So now we're not inserting into the magic circle because that's all closed up, and you start working into your stitches in the round. So you just insert into the tops of your single crochet stitches, and that will work you around your magic circle. Now you don't have to do single crochets, you can do absolutely any stitch. You've just got to remember to start with your turning chain. So for example, if we want to do double crochets, remember we have a turning chain of 3. We've done chain 1 already, so we'll just chain another 2. And now you've got your height, so then you can start to do your double crochets. So we yarn over, then we're going to insert into the magic circle, yarn over and pull up a loop, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And this one here, our turning chain, is often actually counted as a stitch. So for example, if it says to do chain 3 and then it might say to work 11 double crochets, it's because they're counting this as your 12th one. So again, to do the double crochet, you yarn over, then insert into your magic circle, pull up a loop, yarn over, over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And the same goes if you wanted to do your half double crochet, you just do a chain of 2 because that one has a turning chain of 2. So now we've got our 1, 2 chains, and then we can do the half double crochet, which is yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, then yarn over and pull through all 3. So just remember, it won't change the turning chain, you just do that at the start and then you work your stitches as you have before. And that is all there is to it, so you can do puff stitches and all kinds of things, which I'll be showing in future tutorials as well. And that is how to work your stitches into the magic circle. So now you know 3 different ways to make a magic circle. I hope you found one that you like, and if you did enjoy today's video, please give it a like and make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss my future tutorials. If you want to see what I've been making lately, check out @WoolenWorks on Instagram and Facebook. Thanks for watching.